here, Nicole, is 57. She's saying, I'm hearing more and more about the Great Reset. We talk about it often on the show. What's your opinion on the central bank digital currency? My fear is continuing to invest in the market and losing all my money. It's a natural fear, I think, Nicole.
It is, but we have to remember that the Lord did not give us a spirit of fear. So any fear that we're experiencing comes from the enemy. You know, the enemy constantly gives us fear about our finances. Are we going to have enough money? Are we going to, have enough money to pay our bills? Are we going to lose all our money if we invest? Well, obedience is our responsibility. The results belong to God. So if the stock market totally crashes and goes away and the economy that we're used to is no longer, so what? God will provide. God always does. I mean, if you think back when the Hebrews were delivered from Egypt, when they walked through the Red Sea, they were delivered out of captivity in Egypt and sent on their way to the Promised Land. They had to get used to a whole different way of life. They ended up longing for, because things got tough for them, but they ended up longing to be a slave again and just have the little bit of food that they had to eat, because they just got tired of their food being rained down from heaven every day. But you know what? The Lord will always provide, whether He does it through our jobs, our Social Security benefits, our pensions, our investments, the things that we are used to in this monetary system, or whether He sends down our food from heaven every day and gives us shoes and clothes that don't wear out. The command is the same in the Scripture. It commands us not to worry. It commands us not to have fear. Now, I know that's a lot easier said than done in today's world. So what do I think about the central bank digital currency? Well, I believe what it says in the Scripture. I believe that, the Antichrist is going to show up one day. I believe that the Antichrist, now I'm taking some liberties on how we get there, but I believe that, a one world government is going to be ushered in by a one world currency. That seems to be the simplest way to do things. Do I see a lot of things happening in the world right now that is setting that up and making it possible? Absolutely. I think the central bank digital currency is one of those things. I don't want to see it happen. I don't think it's a good thing. It takes all of the privacy out of our financial transactions. It gives the central authority, the central government, a way to control what we spend money on. So it sounds a whole lot like the mark of the beast that's coming in the end. Now, I don't know that that's exactly how it's going to play out, but the Scripture does tell us that in order to buy and sell in the future, we're going to have to bow our knee to Satan. We're going to have to take the mark of the beast. So there it is. We've got to decide. The thing to be afraid of is to not know God and to not know that we are saved, and that our friends and our families would not know God. So should we be afraid of losing all our money? No. That's not the thing that we need to be afraid of in this world. God is always going to provide for His children. And because He's sovereign, He gets to decide how He does it. He gets to decide if we get to keep our money. He gets to decide, how we get to pay our bills, or how we get fed, how we get clothed. That's up to Him. And I trust Him because He's all-knowing, He's all-powerful, He sees the beginning from the end, and because He loves us. So I don't think the central bank digital currency would be a good thing at all, but it is a sign of the time.